Hey guys, this is Brian with Obedia. I have a quick tip for you today, something a lot of folks have been asking me about, and that is how can you convert a WAV file to an MP3 file if your digital audio workstation does not allow you to create MP3s. Some versions of some digital audio workstations restrict you from being able to create an MP3, and I'm going to show you one of the easy ways to do it because most people have this application installed on their computer, and that app is iTunes. So let's dive right in and show you how it's done. I have here a song that I have created in another digital audio workstation. It's just called My Song, and it is a WAV file, and that means that that file is going to be relatively large. So if I want to share it easily on the internet, put it on an iPod, things like that, I want to convert it to an MP3 file, and that's really easy to do in iTunes. On Windows, you're going to need to set some preferences, and you may need to do that on the Mac as well. Either way, you're going to want to access the preferences for iTunes. On Windows, that's done up here in the top corner on this very small icon where you're going to see an option that says Preferences, and you can just click on Preferences. On the Mac, you can click on the text that says iTunes, top left-hand corner of your screen, and then you can select the option Preferences. Either way, you just want to get into the preferences for iTunes. Once you are there, you're going to take a look at the General tab, and under the General tab, you're going to see a section that's labeled When You Insert a CD with a pull-down menu, and just next to that pull-down menu, you're going to see a button. That button says Import Settings. Now, if you open this panel up, you're going to find that there's going to be a number of different settings under the Import Using pull-down menu. And initially, MP3 encoder will probably be chosen on Windows, and on the Mac, probably the AAC encoder. Now, if you want to convert a WAV file to an MP3, you can simply leave the MP3 encoder selected. But you're going to want to check either way and make sure the MP3 encoder is selected before you do the next part of what I'm going to show you how to do here. Because if you happen to create an another WAV file, that's not going to do you any good. Also, you're probably going to want to set the settings for your MP3 encoder. That's done from the settings pull down right here. You're going to see three options: good, high, and higher quality. Now, if you want to make the quality of your MP3 as best as possible, click on the custom button. And now, where it says stereo bitrate, click the pull down menu, select the option 320 kilobits per second. And then you're going to want to typically leave the rest of this as it is. You don't need to use variable rate bit encoding and things like that. You just want to make sure that bit rate is quite high. Click OK. And now you're going to have the highest quality MP3 that you can create using iTunes. Click OK one more time, and then click OK just one more time, and now you're going to be back inside of iTunes. Now what you want to do is find the song that you would like to convert from a WAV file to an MP3, and I should note that the way that you can get that WAV file to show up in iTunes is usually to simply play it with iTunes. Right-click on it somewhere on your hard drive and select the option Open with iTunes. It'll show up in your music library. Now what you can do is find that song, right-click on it, and you're going to see the option Create MP3 Version. When you click on Create MP3 Version, iTunes is going to immediately create an MP3, and you're going to hear a little bit of noise. That's going to be the sound from iTunes letting you know that it has created a version. Then what's going to happen is, in this case, I have a number of versions of this song, but at the very bottom of that list, just underneath the version that you just right-clicked and select Create MP3 Version, you're going to find your other version, your newly created version of your song. That's usually going to be your MP3. You can right-click on that, and then you can select the option on Windows. You can select the option to show in Windows Explorer. And when you click on show in Windows Explorer, you're going to get a window that's going to open up, and it's going to show you the actual file associated with what you just created. And I know that this is an MP3 file on my computer. On the Mac, when you right-click, you'll see the option Show in Finder. And if you select the Show in Finder option, that will show you in the Finder where your file is. Then you can take that file, you can upload it to the internet, you can send it in an email, anything that you need to do using an MP3. Now, the good thing about this is that this works conversely as well. if you have an MP3 and you need it to be in WAV format, WAV file format, or in an audio format that's not a compressed audio format, you can again just simply go into the preferences for iTunes, click on Import Settings, and under Import Using, click and select the option WAV Encoder. Say OK, click OK one more time. And now right-click again on that song and select the option Create WAV Version. So you see that right now I have the option Create WAV Version. You'll have this same option on the Mac. So cool thing about this is that after you create WAV version, you will have yet another version of that song, but this version will be in the WAV file format, and that's real easy to import into any average audio workstation that you might be working with. So if your problem is that you have a file out of a digital audio workstation that is a WAV file, you cannot create an MP3 easily from that audio workstation, you can do that using iTunes. You can also use iTunes to convert an MP3 to a WAV file, both very quick and easy operations. So let's cover that just one more time so that you guys can remember it. Real easy to do. Find and play your song that you would like to convert. Play it using iTunes. It'll show up under your music library. You can always view your music library by clicking up here on this pull-down menu and selecting the option Music. Find that song. After you have found it, go into the preferences for iTunes. On Windows, that's accessed from the little icon top left-hand corner. On the Mac, click on the text that says iTunes and select Preferences. Access the preferences for iTunes. Once you have accessed the preferences, take a look at the section labeled When You Insert a CD. Click on Import Settings. Under Import Using, click to select the encoder type you would like to use, usually MP3 or WAV. We'll convert to MP3. Set a custom setting to get the most high quality MP3 that you can create. You want to set your stereo bitrate to 320K. After you've done that, press OK one more time, and now simply find the song that you would like to convert, right-click on it, and select the option Create MP3 Version. You'll get a new version of your song that you can right-click on from inside of iTunes and select to either show in the Windows Explorer or show in Finder if you are on Mac. Then you're good to go and you can move on with your day, send that song through an MP3, upload it to the web, or any other function you might need to do with that file. So there you go, guys. I hope that that's useful. And as always, please stay in touch with me. My email address is brian@obedia.com. Find me on Twitter and Facebook, of course, under the handle Obedia Tutor. We're always happy to help you to tame your technology. So give us a call today. Find out how you can work one-on-one with us. Get the most out of your digital audio hardware and software. That's what we do best here at Obedia. Until next time, thank you guys for watching our videos, and take care.